It's a little bit of relief, a little, because we don't know the whole story.
A Toledo family finding out an arrest has been made in the death of Desire Hughes. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jeff Smith.
And I'm Melissa Andrews. The 7-month-old was shot in a drive-by 1 week ago today. Her father, also in the car at the time, survived, but Desire was hit in the chest and died at the hospital soon after.
Here's who we're talking about today. Police say this 22-year-old did it. Jadiah Carter, he is charged with murder. Court documents showed that he admitted to pulling the trigger.
We have team coverage for you tonight. Michael Sandlin sat down with Toledo's police chief to find out what led up to his arrest. And Roxanne Elias talked with Desire's family. Michael, I'll start with you right now. What did you find out from the chief? How did they catch this guy?
Well, Mel, Chief Kroll tells me that it came down to old-fashioned police work, with detectives going door to door in the Hillcrest neighborhood where the shooting happened, eventually figuring out his identity through Ring doorbell camera footage. That's how Carter was arrested. Now, Chief Kroll says that the department is happy with the way the arrest played out, but he says last week was an especially violent time for the Glass City, with 7 deaths in 8 days. And he points out Toledo's continuing to see homicide numbers go down. He cites numbers 20 to 30% lower than this same time last year. He says it's thanks to programs like their targeted neighborhood raids, which take weapons and drugs off the streets, and we should continue to see more of those raids all year. Chief Kroll says only a handful of people in the city are responsible for the violence here, and this arrest is not just a win for the Hughes family and the department, but for the entire Toledo community.
I've gotten, I don't know how many calls, texts, and emails from people in the community saying great job. You know, they don't want this level of violence. No one wants to see a 7-month-old or a 27-year-old get killed. And I think it shows what results can happen when we work together to reduce crime.
Now, Carter did not plead during his arraignment earlier today, so we'll see him back in court on May 11th. And tonight at 6, we'll hear what Chief Kroll says you can do to help keep more suspected killers behind bars, as we still have multiple unsolved homicides here in the Glass City. Reporting in downtown Toledo, I'm Michael Sandlin for WTOL 11.
Following the arrest, some of Desire Hughes' family say they are feeling a small sense of relief about hearing about the arrest. That is, our team coverage continues tonight. Roxanne Elias joining us live in studio, sharing with us that they are still hurting right now.
They are, Jeff. Today, Desire's grandmother and great-grandmother are remembering the 7-month-old as a cheerful and loving baby. And yes, they tell me that they're thankful someone has been arrested, but it doesn't necessarily mean justice has been served. Now, Suzette Kyle and Desire Hughes, great-great-grandmother, and Angela Catledge is her grandmother. They were told of the confession of the 7-month-old's death last night. They say that they still don't know the entire story, but they describe the pain that they're going through as something they can't even imagine. And they tell me Desire's mother is doing the best she can under the circumstances, and she's thankful the killer has been caught. But Catledge, she says herself, was able to breathe a little bit easier, but there's still a lot of questions.
Why were they shooting in the first place? Why? That's what I want to answer to. Why? Why do you have to go to the guns? And yeah, I just want to know why. Why my baby life had to be taken.
The family says they did not know the shooter. Right now, the great-grandmother of Desire says the focus needs to be on the community healing and coming together to see what can be done so that the gun violence happening here in our city can be found a solution for that. We'll hear more from her at 6 o'clock. Live in studio, Roxanne Elias, WTOL 11.